Well, when we just got handed the official results, we found out it wasn't a tiebreaker. We actually 1 second up on JZ. So every second counts, it seems, in this race. Give us some comments on the circuit, and then going into today, we're looking to take yellow this early in the race.
Certainly, every second does count. The team rode really aggressive the whole day. Obviously, I had some help from some pretty good sprints in Mark Renshaw and Mark Cavendish for the time bonus early on in the stage. And then obviously, with Radio Shack attacking on the climb quite hard, it thinned the bunch out very quickly, and we went on to the finish, which was a very tough circuit. The wind played a major factor. Once again, my team delivered me very well, and just Peter Sagan was, he's obviously a huge talent and very fast. It's something that I'm not really renowned for, and the best way I won. So I'm obviously very happy to put the jersey on, and as you said, every second counts. Had to ride hard, because everyone's looking for bonus seconds, maybe just says my legs are better than the others.
So do you find this year to be a better race, motivating race, with the lead changing and not being on one person's shoulder from the start? Does it change the way the race goes?
I think with the change of date, a lot more people are in better shape than in the past, the race being in February, guys kind of coming from a European winter. It's normal that they struggle in the first months compared to someone that's had better conditions to train for the months prior. I think, it comes down to that, the field is a lot more competitive and it's faster racing.
So Mick, what was going on in the field when it split apart, when the break was up the road? I think it was the second K1. Sorry, what was going on in the field? No, I saw it broke apart. Was it under the pressure from Radio Shack attack? Is that
what? Yeah, Radio Shack, kind of attacked on the long climb and set a very hard tempo. And then obviously a few of the other teams that had interests, in winning the sprint, helped maintain the lead. So we had Mark Cavendish in the front, so there was no interest, from my team to expend too much energy to keep it out there. So, it was a very aggressive day of racing, and for us it turned out perfect.
You went up against Garmin's Bobby Hunter. Obviously, he was trying to steal time seconds from you. It's kind of a challenge for you to be sprinting against somebody like him.
That's totally not. I'd do the same if I was in their position. Robert Hunter's a renowned sprinter, and of course their tactics. His tactics for the day would have been to follow me in the time bonus sprint. So any team in that position would have done exactly the same.
Like, a lot of speculation that tomorrow will be hard but not decisive. Would you agree with that synopsis? And are you comfortable with that being the situation and leaving a couple seconds in the TT?
I'm counting on a tough day. I'm sure Radio Shack have they've still got a lot of guys in contention, and they're not going to go away from this race without giving everything they've got to deliver. And at the end of the day, there's a heck of a lot of climbing. There's a lot of it is at very high altitude, so that will take its toll on a lot of riders. And I'm quite confident in my team that they can deliver me to the last couple of climbs to do my thing.
Mike, were you able to see the crash at the beginning at all, or what were your impressions?
Yeah, I was right next to it. Yeah, I didn't see what happened. I was nearly involved in it too. I was taking a drink at the time, and I was on the side, so luckily it wasn't directly in front of me. Otherwise, I was in it as well. I think it was just a touch of wheels, and we were travelling quite fast at the time. So obviously, reaction times, aren't fast enough before riders are going down. So it was very unfortunate that, you know, for instance, Stuart O'Grady broke his collarbone. I think Lance injured himself as well. So nobody likes to see that happen as well.
One final question. Or no final question. A couple of riders earlier in the race, for one final comment here, Nick, would be, they said they seem like they look at you and say, this guy's in the best shape of his life. And that's saying a lot, because I know how fit you were back in 05, 06, 07. So, do you feel that right now?
I mean, yeah, certainly. I've come here probably in some of the best fitness I've ever had in my life. You know, I've made a lot of changes this year. I've completely, you know, changed the way that I train. You know, I'm 4 kilos lighter than I was, you know, in this race last year. You know, I've learned how to train more efficiently and kind of realise what I want from this sport. And I'm going about chasing it.